hey, looking for your opinion on something. I'm reading a book called Blog Schmog. It's a rather critical look at the validity, not the validity, the value of blogging as a marketing tool. And some of the things that he mentions in it is really relevant to a lot of conversations that I hear on YouTube frequently, which which deals with how valid are YouTube conversations in the larger world. You know, are we making a difference with videos? Are we not? Are we just kicking up the dust just to kick up the dust, just to be confrontational, or is something coming about? This guy Bly, the guy that wrote that book, talks about things in terms of variables metrics that you can measure. The idea of the ROI, the return of investment, being that in marketing, you could put so much money into a marketing strategy and then calculate how much money came out of that marketing strategy, and you try to stay out of the red, right? And do far better than the red, obviously. In our situation, not many people are trying to monetize their YouTube channels, but we all are these kind of passionate people with all these different points of view. And I think essentially what we're trying to do is get other people to our side. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe some of you are out there just to be contentious. But by and large, I think people make YouTube channels because they have something to say, something that they're passionate about, and they want to share it. The problem with blogging, anyway, according to Bly, is that it's so readily available to people that people can post any kind of information that they want, and quality suffers greatly, at least when you compare what might be on a blog post compared to that of, say, a traditional published material, an offline published material like a magazine or a book or something of that nature. If Bly is upset about blogs, I can't imagine what he thinks of YouTube, because YouTube is even more readily available to a person so long as you have a webcam. And you don't even really need a webcam. Most computers come with some kind of video editing program on there that you can upload text videos, these sorts of things that we see from time to time, and be published that way. And what I've found anyway is that on YouTube, even less so than on blogs, is the expectation for quality is much lower. I mean, I have never once provided you with a video that had a number of scholarly journals linked in the sidebar, or articles that I got from CNN or anything like that. And I wonder how many videos you have made similarly. That doesn't mean that good quality articles have references, but it is an interesting way of thinking about the lack of quality that is generally apparent within YouTube videos. So the opinion that I'm looking for from you guys is the lack of quality that is apparent in most YouTube channels a good or a bad thing? Is this medium that is so readily accessible to people, and so long as you stick around for long enough, gaining the exposure to hundreds, if not thousands of people, is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Why and why not? I don't know. In my view, anyway, the idea that people can just ramble off ideas does sort of rub me the wrong way. And I tend to side with Bly in that most blogs tend to be stream of consciousness. And I know a lot of YouTube movies can be the same way. And there's so much crap out there that it really is frustrating. And it's tremendous when you start reading books that are published that do have editing boards go through them and make sure that the quality is good before putting it into a book and selling it to you. And compare that with what you can get on YouTube. I spend a lot of time online, I'm sure you do as well, trying to find out different things and trying to advance myself professionally, to learn about different hobbies, and generally try to absorb as much information as I can. But our challenge in our generation anyway is that we are growing up with the internet, which is so accessible to nut jobs and well, people who are incompetent, that we have to learn how to sift through all that, and it can be incredibly time consuming. That's where I stand on the issue. I wonder where you do. Do you agree? Do you disagree?